Welcome to Belize, a small but enchanting country in the heart of the Caribbean, known for its lush jungles, crystal clear waters, and vibrant culture. Belize is a paradise for many. But beneath this idyllic surface lies a chilling tale that still haunts the nation. The Belizean Ripper story is one that most people can't forget, even if they try. It was a time when fear gripped the city and the shadows seemed to hide something sinister. It all began on a seemingly ordinary night when the first victim vanished, setting off a chain of events that would leave Belize City in terror. Join us as we unravel the mystery of the Belizean Ripper. Between 1998 and 2000, the quiet streets of Belize City were stalked by a predator who came to be known as the Belize Ripper. Over a span of less than 2 years, 5 young girls between the ages of 8 and 14 were abducted, mutilated, and murdered. Crimes so brutal that they remain etched in the nation's collective memory. Despite the involvement of the FBI and Scotland Yard, the identity of the killer, or killers, remain a mystery to this day.
The teacher says that my sister didn't come back to her class. She said someone says they want to see my sister outside. And I said, who? She said, a man in a car, a dark man. I don't know if he's tall or strapped. All she says it was a dark man.
The nightmare began on September 8, 1998, when a 13-year-old girl, Shirley Nicholas, a bright fifth-grade student at Wesley Upper School, vanished while on her way to class. For over a month, her family and community searched desperately. Then, on October 9th, Shirley's body was found near the George Price Highway in a shallow pool of water. She had been stabbed more than 40 times, her arm nearly severed, her face mutilated, and there were signs, clear signs, of sexual assault. What shocked investigators even more was that she was dressed in the clothing of another missing child, 9-year-old Jay Blades, who had vanished just 2 days earlier. There were many questions, including, where was Jay Blades? Jay's fate would only be confirmed 6 months later, when her skull and bones were recovered. The second confirmed victim was 12-year-old Jackie Fern Malik, who disappeared on March 23, 1999, during recess at her school. Her body was discovered just 2 days later, lying face down in a puddle near where Shirley had been found. Jackie's body bore strikingly similar injuries, multiple stab wounds, a severed arm, and signs of being run over by a vehicle, suggesting the killer had escalated his brutality. On June 26, 1999, 8-year-old Erica Wills went missing. Though her disappearance went unnoticed for 3 days because her family and relatives believed she was staying with each other. That is, each believed she was at the other's home. Her skeletal remains were eventually discovered on July 18th near Gracie Rock, almost 20 miles west of Belize City. She was identified only by her hairband and a Tweety bird ring which she always wore. By this point, Belize was gripped with fear. Parents kept children indoors, schools enforced strict supervision, and police imposed curfews. Yet, the Ripper seemed to strike with terrifying ease. The final known victim was 14-year-old Naomi Hernandez, who vanished on February 15, 2000, while running an errand on Mosul Street. Her mutilated body was recovered 9 days later along the Belize River, with numerous stab wounds to her face and neck. Disturbingly, several body parts were also missing, suggesting either a ritualistic element or the killer took trophies. During this period, several other young girls were murdered under similar but suspicious circumstances, leading many to fear the Ripper had claimed even more victims. However, with police investigations, they later proved that there were different perpetrators in these cases. These copycat killers saw the ongoing events as an opportunity to carry out their crimes that were just fantasies initially. The Belize Police Department, overwhelmed by the scale and magnitude of the savagery of these crimes, sought assistance from both the FBI and Scotland Yard. Security tightened, guards were stationed at schools, and parents formed neighborhood patrols. Reports began to surface of a man in a red car wearing a stocking mask, attempting to abduct young girls. Though this seemed to align with the killer's pattern, he was never caught. Pathologist Dr. Maria Esteban later revealed a chilling detail. All of the girls had been drugged and tortured before death. The mutilations were consistent across all the victims. They were inflicted with the same type of instrument. The precision of the cuts suggested the killer may have had medical training or access to surgical tools. Authorities even speculated that there may have been more than one perpetrator, or perhaps a team working together. The murders stopped after 2000, but the case never closed. In 2022, Belize's new National Forensic Science Service confirmed that evidence from the Ripper's killings still contained viable DNA, raising hopes that one day modern testing could unmask the killer. The only man ever charged was Michael Williams, a local auto mechanic and neighbor of victim Jackie Malik. Witnesses saw him offering Jackie and her sister a ride before her disappearance, and he was charged with her murder. However, when Erica Wills vanished while Williams was still in custody, doubts surfaced. With strong alibis and no physical evidence linking him to the crimes, Williams was exonerated and released. A more intriguing suspect emerged later: Lonnie David Franklin Jr., the infamous Los Angeles Grim Sleeper. Franklin murdered at least 10 women between 1988 and 2002, with a mysterious 14-year gap in his crimes. During that gap, Franklin married a woman from Belize, Sylvia Castillo, and reportedly spent a significant amount of time in the country. One of the Belize victim's relatives claimed to have seen him in Belize City during the murders. Even more damning, Franklin's van, used in his LA killings, was later discovered in Belize. Though he was never charged in Belize, the overlap of timelines and locations remained chilling. Franklin died in San Quentin prison in 2020, leaving unanswered questions about whether he was indeed the Belize Ripper. The Belize Ripper murders remain the country's most haunting cold case, leaving a scar on the national psyche. The brutality of the crimes, the age of the victims, and the total failure to bring justice created a lasting sense of fear and distrust. For the families of Shirley, Jay, Jackie, Erica, Naomi, closure has never come. Even today, Belizeans wonder, was the Ripper a local predator who blended back into society? Was he an outsider like Franklin, using Belize as a hunting ground? Or worse, was it more than one person operating in chilling coordination? Until DNA testing provides an answer, the identity of the Belize Ripper will remain one of the Caribbean's darkest mysteries. If you found this story intriguing, please like and subscribe. Share your thoughts in the comment section and let us know your point of view. Do you think the Ripper was a local or an outsider? And stay tuned. I am the voice. More baffling mysteries to come.